What's up guys, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. Today we are reviewing the Zoya Sensual collection, which is a collection of 12 different nail polishes for fall. It's actually split into two categories. So we have 6 nail polishes that are kind of on the neutral and red side, and then we have 6 of the more wild alternative kind of colors. So if you guys don't know, Zoya is a big vegan, cruelty-free, awesome brand that is also 10 free, which means it is free of 10 of the most dangerous chemicals that are found in nail polish. So anyway, let's just get into the swatches. Roll footage. So as always, I'm using base coat underneath all of my swatches. That just protects my natural nail from getting stained, and it also helps the manicure last longer. So first up in this collection, we have the shade Joss, which is a really beautiful pinky nude shade, and this one has a really great formula. Zoya, in my opinion, is the best at making nude shades like this. They always have such an incredible formula. This one was a 2-coater for me, and I feel like it self-leveled so beautifully, and it looked so nice. I feel like this would honestly look great on any skin tone, and it's just a really gorgeous shade. No hate, but does anybody remember that stuffed silly putty that came in an egg? Because this is the exact same color. Next up we have the shade Kinsley, which is another neutral. This is more of a brownish nude shade, and it does have a warm undertone to it, but it is a little bit dusty. Again, absolutely amazing formula. Like I said, Zoya just does an amazing job with these nude shades. This one did dry a little bit darker than it looked on the nail while it was wet, but still an absolutely stunning color. I feel like it's so soft and nice, and it's really perfect for fall. Again, I think this would look great on any skin tone. Next up we have the shade Foster, which is another of the beautiful nude shades in this collection. This is the darkest of the 3 nudes, and this one is more of a very rich chocolatey brown shade. This one has a very warm undertone to it. It's more of like a reddish undertone to this brown. So again, I really think this would suit any skin tone. This one was almost opaque in the first coat, but I did need 2 coats for full opacity. And again, the formula was just absolutely amazing and such a stunning color just to have in your collection. Next up we have the shade Briar, which is a really beautiful dusty pinkish red shade. Again, amazing formula. Zoya just really knows how to make amazing cream formulas, and I think this collection has all amazing formulas. That's one thing they have definitely mastered. This one, again, almost a 1-coater. It did take me 2 coats for full opacity, but it's just another really great classic shade and a really beautiful one to add to your collection, which I feel like I keep saying, but that's how I feel about this collection. Next up we have the shade Margaret, which is a pinky red cream shade. On me, this one definitely leaned a little bit more red, but it did feel like it had a little bit of a cool undertone to it. I always like having a red shade in my fall collections because I feel like it's such a classic color to wear in the fall. This one was pretty much a 1-coater for me, but I did end up throwing on a 2nd coat just to show you guys what that looked like. I feel like this color is so bright that it actually might, in my mind, be more of a summery shade, but like I said, I do love wearing reds in the fall, so I'm probably going to be wearing this one a lot anyway. Next up we have the shade Rashidah, which is a really beautiful red shimmery shade, and oh man, this is the red that I need to see in all of my fall collection. On the first coat I was a little disappointed because I was like, oh no, it's a lot brighter and more sheer than I thought it was, but I did get full opacity on the 2nd coat, and I did get that full, really intense, rich red that it looked in the bottle. Wow, what a beautiful color. I feel like this is almost a Christmassy shade, but you could honestly wear this any time of year because it's just a classic red shade. So now moving on from the more classic shades into the more alternative kind of colors that you can wear on your nails. This is Etta, which is a really beautiful magenta shimmer shade. I felt like it looked a little bit more purpley in the bottle, but on the nails for me it was more of a wine red. This one again was a little bit sheer on the first coat. Once I threw on that 2nd coat, I was absolutely enamored by this color. It is absolutely stunning. This is the epitome of fall for me. I love vampy shades in the fall, and I love when they have this sort of depth. I also feel like this one would look really good with matte top coat because I feel like it would give that sort of velvety vibe. Totally love it. Next up we have the shade Ripley, which is a dark fuchsia cream shade, and another just stunning color. This one was a little bit sheer on the first coat, and it almost gave me that jelly-like sort of feel, but I did get full opacity on the 2nd coat, and I was able to make it a full coverage cream. Just another shade that I feel like you see all the time in fall collections. Nothing especially new, but it was an amazing formula, and it is a really beautiful color, so if you don't already have one like this, you may as well pick this one up because Zoya's really good. Next up we have the shade Mikayla, which is a dusty medium purple shade, and this one, I don't know how I feel about it. I almost feel conflicted saying so because purple is my absolute favorite color to wear on my nails, but this one didn't really speak to me that much. I can definitely see it as as a fall color because it is dusty and it's a little bit darker, and I can definitely see those fall vibes coming from it. But that being said, I don't think it's that interesting of a color, and I don't know that I would really wear it on its own. Maybe I could use it for nail art, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Next up we have the shade Vesper, which is described as a gray violet cream, and first of all, I love that description. Second of all, I love this color. It's like sort of a mix between blue, purple, and gray, and this is just another dusty purple shade, but for whatever reason, I think this one really speaks to me a lot more. Again, absolutely amazing formula. It was a 2-coater for me, and I think the color just looks absolutely stunning on the nail, and I think this is a really unique shade. I feel like you don't see it that often, so I really love it. Next up we have the shade Elliott, which is a rich dark blue cream. Again, it was a little bit sheer and jelly-like on the first coat, but I did get full coverage on the second. This one was again absolutely amazing, beautiful color. I think that even though I say Zoya is absolutely the best at making nudes, I think they're really stepping up their game with making navy and blue shades like this, because I feel like every time they come out with one, I absolutely love it. Zoya Ryan is my absolute favorite navy blue, but I feel like this is a very pretty one too. Last but definitely not least, we have the shade Ashton, which is a really beautiful dark silver gray shade that has silver shimmers throughout it. And on the first coat, it looked like it was gonna have almost like a brown undertone to it, but I think it cooled off a lot in the second coat when I had full coverage, and just such a really pretty, interesting, unique shade. This is definitely gonna carry me through to winter. It almost feels like it's an indie brand, or definitely not mainstream, because I think it's just so interesting and rich and unique. So I really love this one too. So those are the polishes. Honestly, love them. Zoya makes amazing nudes, so I'm glad we got to see a few of those in this collection. And we also have some really exciting colors. And the last polish excited me the most because I love that Zoya is like very lightly dabbling in doing unique slash like ugly pretty kind of colors. And that is one of my favorite things to see from mainstream nail polish brands. So really hoping that they do more of those. I do think the formula on Zoya is amazing, but I don't like their thin round brush at all, which is what I used in this video. They do sell a wide flat brush called the Z brush that you can get with your order. I believe it's 50 cents if you get it with an order. I have a whole review video on that. I'm not a huge fan of the Z brush, or the idea that you have to pay like a luxury tax basically for having a wide flat brush, which makes the Zoya formula apply a little bit better. But if you guys are interested in that, you can always get that Z brush for an additional 50 cents. These polishes retail for $10 USD on the Zoya website. You can also get it anywhere that Zoya is sold. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up if you like my swatch and reviews. Let me know in the comments what other collections you want to see, what are your favorites in this, and basically anything else you want to tell me, I'll answer it because I answered all my comments. Alright, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! Fun fact. This is a little weird fun fact about my childhood. When I was a kid, I was subscribed to Oriental Trading magazine. I know most people were probably subscribed to like, you know, girl magazines and like I can't even think of any. Teen Vogue, but I was subscribed to Oriental Trading magazine, which if you guys haven't heard of it, is a magazine where you can buy like party supplies and like little trinkets and toys that like they give away at like carnivals or like booths at like events. And for whatever reason, that was my absolute favorite thing. Like when the Oriental Trading magazine came out for the month, I would go through it. I would circle all my favorite things. I never bought anything. Well, that's not true. I did once buy a gross of fuzzy pipe cleaner worms because I felt like that was the thing that I was ready to spend my money on. And I don't know why. Isn't it gross? Like 144. I had a lot of pipe cleaner worms. It was just like a little fuzzy pipe cleaner worm with little googly eyes, and there were 144 of them, and I just kept them in my room and I was very excited about it. But yeah, Oriental Trading magazine, totally obsessed with it. I never bought anything else besides those fuzzy worms, but I was so obsessed with just going through it and like seeing the things that you could buy for prizes and stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why. It just spoke to me. It very much excited me. I love those like dumb little trinkets like that. So yeah, I was a weird child and I grew up to be a weird adult. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.